Welcome everyone. Thank you guys for coming in. My name is Jason Schwake. I'm the junior team manager at Innova. I wear many hats at Innova. I started out at Innova with the mobile promotions. Once COVID stopped, that kind of slowed down a little, and I moved into some course sales. I help out with some retail. I do a lot with the team management.
I was on the Innova website today, just before you and I jumped on here, and dude, I went and counted the juniors. There's like 40 plus juniors on the team right now. What's your thought on the health of, the junior team and how it's grown and the diversity of boys and girls?
A lot of it comes with, from management and everyone above believing in them. They know this is our future. And now that we're getting to a number that I think we all like and we're happy with, and we're showing results.
I know you saw the Rebecca Dawn video that we published recently. She speaks to the vibe of the team, and she says it's like a family.
A lot of that has to do with the parents. My first Worlds with all the juniors in Emporia, Kansas, those kids were always together, and there was a few groups of parents that kind of herded the cats, or herded them this way or herded them this way. And that was the first experience I saw with that, and getting to do the team dinner that we do at all the big ones, and bringing someone new on. It's like, hey, we're like a big family, and, welcome to the family. And, we want you to fit in and know you have a place here.
I get a lot of questions on Instagram about, hey, I see you guys doing things with the junior team. How do I get onto the junior team? So let's hear it from the man himself. Like, how does one even go about applying for Team Innova on the junior squad?
That once we start getting serious, or, really are looking at someone, it's, send me a resume. And it's not really send me a resume. Send me your goals. Send me what you want to do in 2025. Are you wanting to go to some of these big events? Are you just looking to stay local? We're at the big events and we want to win the big events, but just because you don't go to them doesn't mean that you're not a good fit. Man, I've gotten some of the coolest letters ever. I mean, I've gotten handwritten letters mailed to me. It just shows, hey, they really want to be here. Look at this. They're playing 30 events a year. They're traveling to big events. Whenever you start checking boxes, it's like, well, the decision's really easy. And, a lot of times it's hard, like you said, now we're at 40 people. So, it's getting harder and harder.
The junior team, like we said earlier, it's got its own vibe, but what do you think makes the junior team unique from the rest of Team Innova?
My first Junior Worlds, again, in Emporia, whenever I went, that was the first standalone Junior Worlds. I noticed something about that is these kids they showed the love and the passion that we all started for. Whenever we started playing golf, afterwards we would run over to the practice basket and start putting. That's all these kids are doing. They're playing, they throw out of bounds, they go give their dad a high five because they just threw the furthest shot they've ever thrown. So it's the love about it.
I mean, I don't know when did you start playing the game?
So 1993 was the first time I ever threw a disc.
So see, you and I have been playing for decades, right?
Yeah.
And we still love the game, obviously, otherwise we wouldn't be doing what we're doing. But like, when you see the juniors, who many of them have just discovered it in recent years, it takes you back, just like it takes me back when I see him on social media. And I'm like, man, look at that smile. Chained out on that ace, but he is excited as if it was an ace. And, I wish we could bottle that. I wish we could bottle that up and, share that with people who maybe have forgotten why we got into the game in the first place, or give it to people who haven't tried the game yet and show them this is what disc golf is about.
If anybody would go film an under 8 and the under 10 cards at Worlds, man, what you could show out of that, I mean, you'd have a masterpiece.
Getting back to how you discovered the game, tell us a little bit about it. What's your backstory? How did disc golf find you?
1992, we were at a soccer practice in high school, and there was one of the guys who was there, one of the leaders, was gone. Where's Jeremy at? And he's in Tennessee at some national world doubles championship. Frisbee golf. And we're like, Frisbee, nobody had a clue. Once we graduated that next year, 93, 94, he took us over to the local park and, kind of showed me and another guy, Kyle Wilkes, is a local here in Oklahoma. He showed us. We all grew up playing together, and those two, Jeremy had been playing since he was young, and Kyle got the bug. I'd play 6 months, sit 6 months, and play 3 months, sit 3 months. I never, we played soccer, so that's all we did. But so that's how I got into it. And then the way I, kind of moved on to the next level on it is Jeremy ended up passing away when we were starting a tournament, in a freak accident. We started a tournament, or we were doing a tournament that he wanted to run, and it ended up being now it's called the Jeremy Martin Memorial. And, this year will be the 20th annual. Wow. So, that's kind of how I got into it. And along the way, luckily I reached out one day on the old message boards of the PDGA. Some guy named Joe Rotan said he needed help, spray painting and doing stuff for a tournament. That was my first touch of really volunteering and getting out there and doing it. And, I turned out to have a pretty good mentor. And, Joe was quite the TD and quite the promoter back before, he's doing the stuff he's doing now.
And for those who don't know, Joe Rotan is the team manager of all Team Innova.
I get to work with one of my best friends, with one of my mentors. We've had a great ride together, man. We're pretty lucky.
That's awesome.
Very lucky.
That's awesome. You still play a lot. I see you share photos on your Instagram. What are your go-to Innova discs?
I am grabbing a GStar Mamba, lighter weight. It doesn't take much for it to go far. Knees hurt quite a bit nowadays, so that little 2-step run up is nice just to watch it go. A Halo Sidewinders right there in the wheelhouse, and just a regular Star Roadrunner are my go-to. Now, I still try to throw a destroyer here and there, and I just think of 2 days ago how it got me in so much trouble because I thought that I was going to get around on that thing, and it never did. But it's you're giggling because
dude, I know you and I are in the same boat.
Oh yeah. So I still try to throw it, and still it's like, dang, you just can't do it anymore. I got a big stack over there of champion glow coyotes that I really like. And
look at you, you're like stashing the out of production stuff.
Yeah, well, I got a little birdie told me, hey, we're not going to have these in CFR, TFR anymore. So I ordered quite a few of those back then. And then just a DX wedge. I've always had a hard time making a disc go right. But that DX wedge, man, it does something that, I know I can throw it and it'll go right.
All right. I'm going to reach over here and with my new disc racks. Have you thrown this guy right here, the GStar Gorgon? Yes. Have you thrown this yet?
I haven't thrown a GStar. I've thrown the Pro and I've thrown the Glow, and loving them both.
I'm going to tell you right now, if you don't get one of these GStar Gorgons into your bag, dude, like just get it like mid to high 160s.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be your new bomber.
I will. And that's, that's probably our best disc that we've came out with recently, and the best on social media wise. The way that one got promoted out there was a home run.
A lot of gratitude for all those folks who shared some Gorgon love out there, for sure. How do we get more juniors activated in playing disc golf? What does that take?
Well, I mean, I think it goes back to our early days of disc golf, and it's grassroots. It's every local club holding a junior event, every local club holding a junior clinic, just for juniors. We're going to do doubles today where, it's you and a junior. It's best shot. So that way they're not feeling bad. They get to shoot first, non-sanctioned events just for the kids. So they can get out there and play with other kids and realize, hey, I can, I'm just like that kid over there, I can throw just as far as he can. Man, this is a lot of fun.
And so if you're out there listening and you have somebody who is of junior age in your family or friends circle, get them out on the course. Give them one of your discs. Introduce them to the game. Take them to a short 9-hole course somewhere close by for them to check it out. It's on us, and also upon other juniors, to be like, hey, come out and let me show you this. Because I think that's how we get even more juniors involved in the game.
100%.
What's interesting is that you and I get to see each other like a handful of times throughout the year, and it's not even junior team related. I get to see you at all these events, and you're like running the show when it comes to scoring and vending and just like getting the place set up on Innova's behalf. And it's like, yeah, man, it's always great to see you out there. Anything else that you want to kind of chat about while we're here?
Get those kids out there. You know, that's the, I guess that's the plea is, you know, get them out there, do something for them. Once they get out there and once they do it, if we can get them that far, man, the communities support them.
You're on some of the social media channels. Why don't you let people know where they can find you and follow you?
Yeah. I mean, just on my Facebook account. And that's mainly where I do most of my stuff is, just Jason Schwake.
I have no doubt that as we get into 2025 and the junior team continues with all the good things that they're doing, that you and I will have another meetup and we'll give everybody out here an update to what's going on with the junior squad.
It's a date. I love it.
Good to see you, man. Take care.
You too. Thanks, Jeff.